The next day's late morning had been spent in our apartment, having a meeting in the living room. Leslie was generous enough to bring over ginger-flavored rice cakes as a healthy holiday snack for us to feast on. Before I could think twice, Arthur placed my tower deck on the coffee table and said,
"We must call your grandfather first, and have you discover hidden information, my dear."
Yes, thought I had an idea about it. Can I play some mystical winter music?
"It may be helpful and give a fun atmosphere," I replied while chuckling and sitting upon the floor.
Those black-eyed kids must have a leader somewhere. Or, do you have any sort of spreads that could find out why any enemy is showing up here to mess with us?
"I may know a few of those, and it is good to get some advice on how to deal with your personal issues at the same time," I said, hinting while pointing at his ribs, with a slight firm tone. Ben looked to Leslie with a pleading expression on his face and asked,
Yes, you should, since we can't really afford a counselor.
We grow concerned for your mentality, dear boy. Fine, let's just get this shit over with. You must mind your demeanor, as it is not proper to speak such profanities.
I removed my phone from a coat pocket while unzipping it from the front. The phone was placed on speaker mode with Grandpa, and this is how the conversation went.
Hey, sunshine. Happy Yule.
"Happy Yule to you too, Grandpa. There's a problem we were calling you about."
Yeah, what's wrong? Is Arthur not treating you right?
"Oh, no. We're getting along just fine. We're chill. It's something else. There are black-eyed kids causing trouble in our neighborhood. They're recruiting certain adults to join their cause and group."
How dare you assume that I would mistreat your grandchild? Hey, I'm her elder. I have to worry about that sort of stuff, okay? Yeah, alright. Break the bullshit up. Jesus. You two should just make out or something. There's some extra tension. No way.
"Could we talk about the black-eyed kids, please?"
I hate it when they bicker. Well, if they're recruiting adults, then they must be planning something big. Children are restricted from certain things. Like what? Buying alcohol and cigarettes for 'em? Oh, I don't know. Like buying fucking firearms, you damn dingus. Yeah, but it seems that this matter is far more serious than we had initially spoken of.
Now we really need to stop them.
It's agreeable. And what if someone else gets hurt by them? I don't want to think about that. Alright. I'll let you sit tight over there. I'm going to bring some friends over to help us out. Your Aunt Trudy will be coming along for the ride. We will be over there in, I'd say, about a day. As long as the rest stops aren't too musty and annoying. And we know a portal that will reach you two faster. Well, all of you, really. Find out what you can with your oracle talent, then text me afterwards. Okay, kiddo?
"Okay, Grandpa, I'll see what I can do from here. Thank you for coming to help us."
You're gonna be wearing my mantle someday anyhow. Bye for now.
He said and hung up his end of the line. I'm going to be receiving a mantle? That does not make any sense. Oh, that old man has a bad habit of giving me cryptic things to ponder. Ugh. But I had to hold in my irritation and focus on what was important at the moment. The others are counting on me for oracle service, and that is what I'll be giving them. Arthur seemed to notice my aggravation and suggested,
Perhaps he had meant that you will be figuring out your own destiny, my dear.
Yes, but it is still annoying that he leaves me in riddles.
You still must learn to turn that anger into determination and to find out their secrets by those cards of yours.
I had a moment to think of what spread to use and took out my notebook from my shelf by the couch. Leafing through the pages, I found one that seemed to be befitting. There is one called Boss Fight. It was inspired by video games when handling a challenge or conflict, I suggested.
Oh, that one's cool. I love the way it works for the scene. Well, they are like little trolls to take down in a game. You could focus on their leader. Perhaps it is more like a queen bee with her army? Something like that, yeah.
And here had been the following data I had found. The boss has appeared. What are you fighting? King of Swords. This leader seems to be strong and unpredictable strategist. They appear to have a military operation that is held under our noses. 2. Pattern recognition. In what way does the boss attack and challenge you? King of Cups. It seems to be challenging my own past traumas from what my parents had subjected me to while a child, especially into being manipulated by them. 3. Counter-strike. How can you deal with the challenges up front? 3 of Swords. I had to face the wounds in my own heart. May apply to Ben as well, or a warning of a potential betrayal. 4. Boss power-up. What are the potential difficulties that may arise? The Empress. Their leader would have a way to attack what is personal in terms of domestic life. 5. The ultimate move. Time for you to shine. How do you power up? The Fool. I need to show my potential and have a leap of faith. Maybe there's a new set of skills I have yet to learn. 6. Victory. What is your reward and how have you grown? Ace of Cups. That getting a renewal of addressing emotional issues would help. Being fulfilled at a loving level. I relayed this information to the 3 of them, and they gave these responses. Leslie gave his sass and said sternly,
Oh, no. Oh, fuck no. There will be no one disrupting our family. This leader seems to be quite insidious in his ways. Well, that fucker has another thing coming. If he so much as messes with any of you, it's likely that he'll play mind games with any one of us. That I can guarantee.
At least we know what to expect from them.
That does seem to be true, my dear. And we are contending with something truly dangerous.
Leslie then poked Ben's ribs and said,
Now it's time for some therapy, Benny.
Ben seemed nervous while he shuffled the cards and handed them to me with a shaking hand. We're going to have a little chit-chat with your subconscious, I said while spreading out the cards. The first question is, who are you? And the answer is the 6 of Swords. You want to move on from a bad past, but you are doing so slowly. It's difficult for you to go from point A to point B right now, I said. Ben's jaw dropped and stammered out,
What the How the hell did she know that? Fine, just go on.
The second question is, what do you need to tell me? And your subconscious is still stuck with relationships that were one-sided in the past. You had a lack of love, and you had only put up with it, just for the sake of being with someone.
For fuck's sake. Did you really just have to go and show my damn vulnerable side like that? We must know these matters in order to help you, dear boy. Since all of you really want to know, my parents did not really love me, okay? They didn't show shit. In fact, the majority of the time, they were nothing but assholes. I had guys cheat on me before, okay?
Ben muttered while staring at the floor. Leslie sat upon the couch to have Ben sit on his lap by tugging upon a wrist that had been enveloped into a comforting hug.
Now, that ain't happening this time, Toots. I can assure you it's on there.
Then faced me and said,
Keep on going, Lenore.
The third question is, what have I been missing? Is the confidence from the Knight of Wands. You need to be more bold in facing discomfort.
He does seem quite uncomfortable of speaking upon his feelings. God, this is embarrassing. It's like I'm being peeled apart like a damn onion here.
The fourth question is, how have I been ignoring you and the Wheel of Fate? I take it that you've been ignoring your true calling to a role in your life, and there are certain events that have happened for a reason. However, you do not fully embrace them.
Yeah, it's a bit like yours with denying that you is a god.
The fifth question is, do you need something from me? If so, what? That is the Two of Cups. Your mind needs love, whether you are aware of it or not, I said firmly. Ben blushed a beet red and said between gritted teeth,
It's not true. I'm gonna get you for this, Lenore. Oh, hush, you little edgelord.
Leslie said with a chuckle. He lifted Ben's chin to kiss him tenderly upon the lips, thereby silencing his irate rant. Arthur and I laughed at this moment.
Well, it does seem that he is in need of that, my dear, as well as love of other kinds. I will admit that sometimes you guys help, especially that I do need you guys to make me happy sometimes.
The sixth question is, at what phase of my life were you born? And that is the Three of Pentacles. I take it that you did not do well in group settings or acting as a team?
I sucked at sports, and I was a constant rebellious kid, okay? And it hurt me a lot that most of the time I was just a disappointment to them. And half the time they didn't even want to be around me anyway, so... I guess it just rubbed off that I wasn't good enough. Right?
Well, you are a part of a team now, and you're starting to get good at it.
She is right about that, Benny. And you are being good for me, too.
The seventh question is, how did you grow? And it is the Hanged Man. I take it that your state of mind from when you were hurt had been put in a halt. It did not change from there.
Are we nearly done? This is getting embarrassing.
Only 3 more cards to go through. Keep your panties on.
Oh, he should be wearing those anytime soon. There is no fucking way I am wearing those.
Arthur and I laughed harder. Okay. The 8th question is, what last part of me do you represent? And is the Two of Pentacles. You seem to interchange in your moods very randomly and try to live your life simply. Try not to take life too seriously.
Well, I guess that is true. I do try to be happy, or at least I'm trying to be happier.
The 9th question is, what lesson must I learn? And it is death, that you must shed old ideals or bad habits in order for you to have a new life. Leaving some things behind in the process. It can be scary, but it's necessary to do. And the last question is, how can I better understand myself through you? It is the Seven of Wands. The universe is telling you that what you think is difficult is a much easier challenge for you to face than you presume it to be. Concluding the reading and returning the cards to their pile once more.
You'll have a better life with us, you silly little demon.
Leslie said and kissed him upon the forehead. Arthur said in a firm paternal tone,
We shall help you in shedding these bad habits, but you must cooperate. Is that clear, dear boy? Yeah, yes, I mean, it's crystal clear.
Ben mumbled while crossing his arms. You will be happier if you do, because I want you to be healed like I am being put through it. I added in a coaxing tone.
Then, I am being taught a kindness lesson again.
Yes, and you could say thank you.
Thank you for this love. I'm not used to it at all.
It's a gift that does not come cheap. I learned that personally, I advised. With that session being done for Ben, I could strangely relate to him and being misunderstood and need to be loved too, as much as he had been. That just means he is sensitive under that hard exterior. Little by little, I want to have him shed away that old life pattern. Like a snake shedding its skin to be refreshed.